Ta-da!
Jazz hands.
Right, before we start, because we had no end of bother with our microphone. Can you hear Jeff drinking? Can you hear us? Do we sound like? Are we out of sync? Last live went a bit stray at the beginning. Yeah. So we'll hang on for a second and just check that you can hear us okay. Please pop it in the comments. And then, yeah, we're going to share some secondhand stuff because
just to balance things out.
Despite some people thinking
somebody else wants to say hello.
Oh, yeah, some people have got the impression that we're only doing new stuff because that's what the videos have been showing. It's not the case. Can you hear us? Sound is okay. Thank you. Hey, Sharon. Thanks for your order. Yes, sound fine. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Pete. Right. Okay. So, oh, hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Is it licky ear time? It's so funny. Anyway,
clean your teeth, Jeff.
Hello,
clean
everybody.
Your teeth.
Yeah, we went to a Jumble sale last week.
Hello.
We thought we would share with you what we got.
Yes,
just for fun.
Yeah, it's not a big haul. The Jumbles. The first one we went to, you could barely move in there. There was a queue around the town hall where we were at, and you could barely move. And there was a lot of stuff, but not really the stuff for us. There was a lot of clothing.
Managed to grab a few things from the bric-a-brac.
I guess we did okay. Anyway, we'll share you. And then we went to a second one, but we got there stupid late. Like they were packing up late.
Yeah, well, not entirely our fault because it was advertised wrongly. It started at 12 and the posters that went out said it at 2. So, yeah.
And then we went to the other one first and they're like about 3.
Because they both started at 2 o'clock. So,
but it was fine. It meant we could do that leisurely last look around. And they were accepting any kind of offers on things.
Yeah,
so I got a couple of bargains.
Little bits, didn't we?
So, and also, there's one thing, I don't even remember where we were. I picked up this. This is a good game. Let me know in the chat if you've played this and if you like it. Rummy Cub.
It's a very good game.
It took me a while to get the concept really and really get into this, but it is clever. There's some strategy involved, and I love a strategy game. Jeff, hello. Yes, hello. Say hello to your fans.
Pete says, I went to a Jumble sale last Saturday and knew how to get in the queue way over an hour earlier as the queue Ramo. And the comments disappeared. 40 minutes from opening. Yeah, the ones where we used to live were like that. We used to have to get there an hour or more earlier. This one, we did actually go because we weren't sure which one we were going to go to first because we thought they both started at 2. So we went to go and get some food first, and there wasn't a queue at all. And this was an hour before. So I reckon here they queue about half an hour early, perhaps.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's what we'll do on Saturday.
So anyway, that's that. I paid more than I normally would at a Jumble trail or a boot sale. I paid £3, but I was happy to do that because it looks barely used. Probably been and played once. Maybe they didn't get on with it. But it's a good game. If you pick one up to have a play with you, because honestly, I think you'll enjoy it. So what? Don't lick my face, please. You're so cute. He needs a bath. Look, I don't know what he's been doing. He's got the muckiest face.
He's been eating mud because he's crazy.
Oh, was that Shelley? Did you say? Yeah. I suppose it's not a huge secret. Shelley's other half, Tom, and I are applying to be on the hit list. If you've seen that show, it's a music quiz on the BBC. We had like a kind of screen test interview kind of thing today with one of the casting producers people, and we did a mini music quiz with this lady and chatted about us, the friendship, and all of that. So now we're just going to see if we're going to get on the show, which would be big. Yeah. And then if you do, me and Shelley are going to come along as groupies. Yeah, quiz groupies we've got now. But it's in Scotland, so it would be a good excuse to take a trip to Scotland. But you'd stay here.
Emma says, I applied to be on the hit list as well. Would be great if we both get on. Would love to put your knowledge to the test. That'd be awesome if you were against each other.
Imagine that. Well, Tom is our secret weapon. Tom is like a music encyclopedia. I know some stuff, but Tom is next level, honestly. Right. Are you staying up here? Because you're right in the way now.
I think you might be.
Should we share some stuff?
Oh, Chris B's in. We didn't manage to get your power count today, did we? It's been a bit of a mad day. So that during over the weekend sometime.
Orders have not slowed down. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I'm not. It is epic. We totally underestimated the demand for this stuff. I think it will calm down through next week. Obviously, a lot of our viewers have chosen to support what we do and buy our stuff, which is fantastic. And we did expect a bit of that. Nothing on this level. We've been totally bowled over by the response.
So thank you to everybody who's bought something.
Huge thank you. And I haven't really stopped packaging for now. What, 3 days? It feels like.
You were still packaging at what, 3-4 this morning?
Yeah.
Madness.
Good problem to have, like I said in that last video.
Neil says, God, that weekend is quickly.
Right? It's Sunday. No, it's not. Another board game. So this was at the first jail, and I think I paid £2 one. Was it 2? I believe so.
Oh, Shelley says, I was outsourcing, so didn't hear the audition. Tom out now. Did it go well?
I think so. Well, Andrea sat over there listening. I was in it, so I couldn't really be objective, so I don't know.
I thought it sounded all right. I thought you got about 90% right. So
yeah,
I thought it went quite well.
We answered virtually all of the questions correctly. A couple we just didn't have a clue. And we chatted about our love of music and about gigging and about rewind, and who knows what they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, this is worth picking up. It's not as good as I thought. I think it's quite sealed, maybe. I'll probably shoot. What was it? Was it maybe 20 on it? I think 20 is about right. And it's missing a couple of pieces. Somebody who, sadly, I've forgotten your name, messaged me on Instagram and said they've got spares. So hopefully I'm going to get it's missing one hotel and one house. Although they're called something else. In here, they're like Pokemon training centers and something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at this comment here. Hi, Jeff and your servants.
It's a fact, right?
Leanne says, I'm spending the week in Norfolk from Sunday, friend's birthday in Norwich. Any recommendations for towns with lots of charity shops, please? What was Dereham like? We didn't end up going around the charity shops.
We were up there late, though. We were in the evening.
It was a nice, very nice town.
Wyndham, pretty good.
It's good.
Wymondham, Wyndham. This, which is our local town, lovely place to visit. And there are a couple of nice kind of honeyhole ones there. Not masses of charity shops there, but there are a couple, one just off the high street that you should be able to find. This would be worth going because it's a lovely little town as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother with Thetford.
No, a bit overpriced.
And it's not the nicest place to wander about. This is, so I'd say
if you're from Thetford, we don't mean to offend.
No, not at all.
Just saying in terms of like prettiness and nice sort of Norfolk villages.
But Norwich itself is probably your best bet. There's loads in Norwich. Yeah. Shall I grab something that you picked up?
Norwich is really nice to wander as well.
What's this all about?
Oh yeah. I'm just getting to the end of the chat. Nice mug. Thank you, Kath.
We have a special Kath Kidston cupboard now in this house, glass fronted with a light to display the mugs.
Because single-handedly keeping the village post office in business.
Well, the lady over there today did give me you're back again with another
are we
2
echoing? Can people let us know if the sound is going? Oh, I heard you got the first question wrong. You did. It was like, what was it? It was
recent.
H. as in the rapper H. Yeah, you had no clue, did you?
Tom knew the artist.
Oh, the 80s record scratching voice. Is that? All right. Okay. Let's go back to audio.
Oh, I thought people said it.
Wrong one. Is it settings?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So hopefully that sorted it. I think our mic might have died.
It'll be to do with the adapter and everything.
What do you think?
Right.
Okay. So sorry about that. Okay.
That's
so
okay.
Hopefully it will be better now. Did you mention you have a guest on? Did you mention you have? Oh no, you've been a guest on. Now that's what I call a live stream, as I have a history of hit list contestants.
You know, I completely forgot to mention that. That might have been the key to getting us on the show.
Yeah, we should have done.
Anyway, right. Do you want to talk about your monkey?
If you like. I haven't looked any of this up, by the way. Oh, Shelley loves H.
H from Steps. We had a bit of a laugh with the lady because, yeah, if someone says in relation to music, if someone says H to me, I think Steps, not some modern rapper guy. Anyway.
Yeah, I picked up a wooden monkey. No markings. Not a clue on it, but it looked interesting. And I thought someone's going to want that.
Now, I think, do you agree that I think it's a baby orangutan?
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? It's got that look about it.
It's actually really nicely done, isn't it?
It's quite beautiful. I really like it.
The face is particularly good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's got sequins for eyes. It's a glamorous orangutan.
Well, there you go. One glamorous wooden orangutan. Yeah, it's light wood as well.
Maybe coconut, or
it had that feel of coconut, a little bit kind of almost spongy there, but it's not. It is solid, but I don't think it is now. But yeah, that was cool. How much did you pay for him?
I don't know, because he did a bundle at the end, didn't he? So
sure. we filled a bag of stuff, and then he kind of just went, "Oh, give us a fiver or whatever it was." So it probably owes us about 50p, maybe £1.
Shelley's just opened a bottle of Brass Monkey Red.
Oh, do you want to see what Andrea bought?
I know it's not brass, but still cheers. Yeah, I got this. It was on offer in Morrison's, so I bought it for a laugh.
I might go and get some beers because I'm not sure I want to be drinking Gary Barlow wine. Right?
That was brilliant.
My music cred is going to go out of the window.
I couldn't resist it. It was on offer. I thought, I've got to buy Gary Barlow wine.
Resist it next time.
I missed out on Kylie Prosecco at Christmas.
Did you see the Kylie Prosecco? It was in every shop everywhere.
I think it's on sale everywhere now.
It is.
It didn't sell.
We've seen it on sale in several places.
Yeah.
Kylie Prosecco, Gary Barlow beer.
Neil said the Kylie wine isn't too bad.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. What next?
Well, we'll let you know about the Gary Barlow.
I'll tell you what I'd drink. I'd drink some Fred Dibner bitter. God rest his soul.
And we've got a super chat from the Scale Studio. Thank you. I found 3 Cath Kidston Disney tumblers I can post for free to you if you like Cath Kidston tumblers.
What? Like glass tumblers?
I love Cath Kidston tumblers, but that is far too generous. Yeah. Wow. I would say yes, please, but that seems incredibly generous.
That is, and thank you for the super chat. I've never seen Cath Kidston tumblers. Tumblers as in a glass, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Wow.
Didn't know they existed. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
You'll have to try and find Andrea on Instagram.
Yeah. Or we've got our email addresses below.
Yeah, all contacts are below.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now then, right, tap point on offer. Haven't done a tap point for a while. Can you name, I don't even know the character's name, but can you name the show? So this is a little plush toy. It's got a green backpack on. I knew the show, and I think the lady at the Jumble said his name. Or was it her? I can't even remember.
I have no idea.
I can't remember the character.
None.
If you know the character, put it in for a bonus point. But what's the show?
I don't know if Neil was first. I think he was.
Adventure Time. Yes, it is. I think I've seen like a little bit of one episode. I know it is a huge like cult hit. People are really obsessive about it. I picked
Finn. Jonathan has come in with Finn.
Okay, Jonathan, bonus point, and we'll give Neil the other point. Yeah, Adventure Time plush. We haven't had a moment to look any of this up. We've been so busy with the haul and packing. I wasn't leaving a very kind of cult TV plush behind for 50p. So
Ken says you must try the Nick Berry brandy.
has he got a brandy out?
I doubt he has.
Imagine. No, surely not. Finn. See, people know this stuff. Look, Hannah knew that. Oh, Shelley knows. Yeah.
Finn the human from Adventure Time.
Finn the human? Oh. Well, yeah, arms and legs and a face, I guess so. Don't know what the little cat ears are about. Yeah. Right. What else? So at the second one, like I said, we got there and they were literally starting to pack it up to the point where we walked in and we said, are we too late? Can we still look around? They were like, yeah, have a look. And they had this sat on the floor under the stool. It's a Breville. It's not new in the box. I thought it might be on brief inspection, but I've had it out since, and it has been used maybe once or twice. They said, just make me an offer on anything. I think I offered a couple of quid and they came back at 3, was it? Something like that. So yeah, it's a juice fountain. Oh, fancy. Yeah, like I said, we haven't had a moment to sit down and look any of this up, so don't know value-wise whether that was a good pickup. I bought a stack of media for £5, including some sealed David Attenborough ones. They're so common, even sealed, they're not that valuable. I normally get £5 or £6 for these. They do stick around because they are super common. Tend to do better at Christmas. Perfect gift, sealed one. But secondhand, you know, Music Magpie would do these for like £2 or £3 delivered. But I only grabbed them because they are factory sealed. So a little bit of David Attenborough. May even bundle them, we'll see. Who knows? Yeah. Right, what did you get? Oh, this is for us, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a good old IKEA umbrella. That was for the second Jumble, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're always losing our umbrellas, or they're always breaking. So yeah, I thought that'd be good. I don't know what I paid on that. £1 maybe?
Yeah, I think it was £1.
Yeah.
Have you played Silent Hill or Resident Evil for PS1 or PS2? Have you sold them before, and for how much? Yes, when I first had my my very first business was a little record shop. It was more of a stall inside a place with lots of stalls, the very first one. And I started that when Resident Evil 2 came out. So that was 1998. And there was a guy opposite where I was who had a little computer game place. What was that guy's name? Oh my goodness, I can't remember now. And yeah, Resident Evil 2 came out in those few weeks when I opened. I've played the first one, not really my sort of game, to be honest. And I have sold it many, many times. And it has continued to go up and up and up in value. I don't know the last time I had it, though. I couldn't tell you what I got for it.
Sharon says, hope you had time for your coffee. We haven't had it yet, but perhaps this weekend we'll have time.
Yes, hopefully.
But thank you for that, Sharon.
Well, we are going to another Jumble, which is why we're doing this today, so we can get all of this stuff out of the living room and out of the kitchen, because we're going to go out buying again at the weekend. So we will try and stop somewhere. Because we haven't got enough stock. And yes, we'll pop somewhere and have a coffee or a tea for me.
Yeah, you don't do coffee.
Don't do the coffee thing.
I made you a tea, by the way.
Yes.
You've got cranberry juice and tea on the go.
Drinking each hand.
That's not tea.
No. Hello, Bold Finds, James. Now, hopefully, well, no, definitely, I'm going to be appearing on James's channel at some point soon. I can't remember the day. I did put it on the calendar. 13th, was it? I think we said 13th. And the plan is that I'm going to get back into doing one-on-one chats with resellers on here. I used to do them all the time, got out of the habit of it, kind of fell out of love with it. But it's been long enough that I'm itching to get back into that. I really enjoy finding out about people and their businesses, how they got into it, what they do, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I've spoken to a few people, including James, about having them on as guests, and that will start soon.
Right. Okay, that's okay. Thank you. I'll have a look after the stream. Thank you for that.
Now you found some Blue Mountain, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Yeah. 13th, is it?
I can just see the calendar. Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, I bought a little bit of Blue Mountain. I think I've got a sugar bowl and a little milk jug creamer. But then also there was this really cute little owl as well. It's so sweet. Tiny little thing. Yeah,
I've not seen like homeware rather than ornaments in Blue Mountain before.
Blue Mountain Pottery. Yeah, a little bit more unusual than what you normally see. So hopefully,
if it doesn't have the sticker, on, it's usually this colour.
Yeah,
and it has the orange clay.
They do a different colour, but it is imprinted actually on the bottom as well underneath the sticker. So yeah, you should be able to identify it. And yeah, like you said, it has a clay base. So if it doesn't have a clay base, it's most likely not Blue Mountain. Because I did pick up something, didn't I, that I thought was Blue Mountain. It was like a little deer, and it turned out not to be.
Yep. Did I play Silent Hill? No. You see, the horror thing in general is not my bag. I don't enjoy getting scared. So Silent Hill, no, not for me. Right. On a board game kind of tangent, I found one of these. Now, this is the Harry Potter scene that tends to be worth picking up because it is the complete cinematic journey one. I paid, what did I pay? £1 or £2, might have been £2 on it. I looked on eBay and prices have come down on this. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. I sold that on Amazon a number of times, and I think one particular time I got £50 for it on Amazon. We are not doing Amazon anymore, so it's going on eBay, and I was a little bit disappointed in the current prices. But we'll stick it on and list it. I'm only in it for a couple of pounds. I've checked that one. That one's 100% complete.
Ellen might want to play it first.
We may have a play. We are a family of Harry Potter fans. Ellen, our daughter, particularly, must have watched every film several times, and you, to be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, we may have a play of that one. It's got a DVD in it, and you get scenes from the films and questions based on that. It's cool.
Emma says, did you sell the bobbly cranberry glasses from last week's live? If not, I'd love to email you about buying. No, they haven't sold yet. So yes, do email us.
Yeah, they're really nice.
They're lovely.
Buy them quick before I change my mind and decide to keep them.
We've got too many glasses, as you keep telling me.
As part of my £5 I chucked in for media at the first one, I picked up this Rumpole of the Bailey, which I remember being a big thing in the 80s, 90s, I want to say.
Around that era.
And it's every single series, and I figured that's got to have some value. Older TV show, complete, not really, hardly worth bothering with. So that was probably a fail. I mean, it will still sell, but obviously it can't go as a large letter. I may actually look at parting it out because each one is a separately barcoded series.
Oh.
So I could do individuals, but again, they're probably not worth doing. But I could do 2 as a large letter. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But yeah, at a jumble sale, you don't really have time to think or look anything up. It's a case of grab,
Yeah.
pay, move on, right?
And usually it's cheap enough, so you don't worry too much.
I'm not too fussed.
No.
Shall I find something? Oh, this was interesting.
Oh yeah, we both really liked this. It's a little bit of marquetry. It's just stunning work that's gone into that. Absolutely love that.
Well, you spotted it behind the stall and then forgot to ask about it. I came over after rummaging through all the media and started putting things in your bag, because the guy had said, just fill this bag and then we'll come to a price. So you were busy filling a bag. And I came and joined you and I said to him, oh, what's that over there? And you were like, oh, yeah, I spotted that.
Yeah.
So it's good that we tune in on a lot of similar stuff these days. We have no idea of its value, but I think we paid £1 for it. It was kind of chucked in the bag that we paid about £5 for.
I think it's lovely. It's got some age to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it might just be a little home project thing. Who knows? So that was always coming home with us. We'll take a chance on things like that all the time. And it's one of those things, because it's a really nice object. If it doesn't have any value or doesn't sell, we'll gladly keep it, right? Perk of the job.
Shelley says, to be fair, Rumpole was bad the first time around. The Scale Studio says £22.99 complete on eBay.
Really? I didn't see results
used,
like that. Is that used? Yeah. If it is, I think that's a way above the norm. From my very brief research I did when we got home from the Jumble. The only thing I've looked up, I think, is the media and maybe a couple of the ball games. Right, what else have we got?
No, Sandra says that picture could look nice in your house. I mean, yeah, I could see it, but I don't think we'll be keeping it.
Depends if it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
So when we were filling a bag at this Jumble, and I came and joined you, the first thing I spotted was a little brother label maker. But it seems a bit outdated now, and these don't sell that well. I did look up a few things then, because I remember looking this up when we got home. Probably only looking at £10 to £12 for it. It does have a one of the cartridges of tape in it, so we can test it, and it has all of its gubbins. But yeah, I mean, but it was just chucked in the bag, so it doesn't owe us much. But I thought that might be more. But I think it's an older model.
She said, Andrea, you've been very restrained not cracking into the Barry Garlow.
Barry Garlow wine.
I'm saving him for later.
Oh, save your Gary for later. Yeah, I might pop over the shop. How long have I got? Oh, I'm all right. I might get a couple of beers. You can have the Gary all to yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
in that case, I might crack him open soon.
Crack him open. That sounds really twisted and weird.
It does, doesn't it?
Where's Gary Barlow? I'm going to crack him open.
Oh, yeah, I like this.
This is a keeper, probably, or at least we'll keep it and then maybe sell it on in the future, depending.
We'll give it a go. But yeah, that's fun.
We love a quiz, and we love the logo game, and this is Best of Christmas game.
Yeah, and that'll be fun to play at Christmas.
All right, do you want a quick question? If you played the logo game, it's basically that, but Christmas. And
you get a fun Christmas tree.
Look at the pictures. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I think you hang all these little presents off it. Yeah. I guess when you get questions right, I don't know. Here we go.
Like little things to put on your Christmas tree.
Which alcohol is traditionally added to the base of the dessert in picture A that is very popular at Christmas? So picture A. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so 80s, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So which alcohol is traditionally in the base of picture A? Sherry.
Or sherry.
Or sherry, Neil. I'll give you the point for sherry.
Sherry.
Kelly says eggnog. Ooh, I've never had an eggnog, but it sounds a bit gross. Have you had an eggnog?
I've never had an eggnog.
Never had an eggnog.
Is sherry trifle very, is it a British thing?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of boozy trifle is very British. It's very British 70s and 80s. Yeah. Name the traditional Christmas dessert in picture B that is mentioned in the carol, We Wish You a Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
What's that?
We all want some.
Don't give it away.
We all want some.
Anyway, so we're going to keep this, play it with family at Christmas. Love a quiz.
Yeah, Emma says figgy pudding.
Figgy pudding.
Actually, Neil got there first, but yeah, saw Emma come through. Foggy pudding.
Yeah. I think Neil was in. We'll give you that, Neil. Well done. Bloody horrible. What's bloody horrible?
Sherry trifle, probably. It's not great, is it? Sherry trifle. I don't like sherry anyway.
I'm not sure I've had it with sherry in. I do like a trifle.
My nan used to make it.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't like the taste of sherry. It's just a bit too bitter.
So that's that. Oh, another. I chucked a load of stuff in for my £5 media pile. I have sold this before quite a while back, and I remembered it had some value. It seems to have really dropped as well. This is Borgen Complete Series 1 to 3, I think it is. Well, Borgen Trilogy, yeah. But it's the Blu-ray one, so I thought, oh, quid's in. Not really. I mean, it will sell and I'll make money on it, but it's not great. It's media for you. The values are disappearing.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Fauna.
We didn't get masses, really, did we?
No, we didn't, but we don't need masses.
No.
Oh, this one, I'll probably end up just giving to Carla. It's one of these doodlies with dinosaurs on it. So I'll probably just pop that aside. It depends on who I see first, Carla or Josh.
What is that?
It's a little mould thing.
Yeah,
either for chocolate or
chocolates.
something. I don't know.
Um,
Oh, these are good though.
Hang on a minute. Sherry is grim, but anything is good if you put enough whipped cream on the top. Fair enough. Chocolate gatto. God, yeah. Well, with the what's the one with the cherries in it?
Black Forest.
Black Forest. See, that's
very 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s. Yeah, yeah. We used to have that at Christmas sometimes, and we'd have the log with chocolate on it, chocolate log, and then for special occasions, you'd get the Viennetta thing. Quite like one of them. Yeah.
Oh, Kelly says, hey, did you guys move? Yes, we did.
Yeah, a few months ago now. This is our new house. There is a house tour on the channel if you want to go back and have a look. We bought, for our sins, we bought an 18th century pub. It was a pub once, a long time ago. Then it was a post office. Now it's a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to do these things in life, right? You've got to try it.
Yeah, and it could be used for ice cubes. You're right. It could be. Yeah, this was a nice little find. They're silver plated H. Samuel napkin rings. Well, they were quite cool.
So
didn't actually get them out. They might be tarnished.
There's no Rumpole DVDs listed at all.
No, they're still in really nice condition.
Highest solds are 34. Okay, maybe my research was a bit askew. I'll have another look when I come to list it.
Oh, this one's a little bit tarnished, but that must have been used a bit more than the others.
H. Samuel, 6 silver-plated napkin rings. They might clean up a bit.
Yeah, the 5 are fine. It's just that number 6 is a little bit tarnished. But
interesting. That was in our chuck everything in a bag kind of deal.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
Yeah. The height of 80s sophistication. Walls Viennetta. Yes. Everybody had it, didn't they?
We were so posh and sophisticated in our council house with our Viennetta.
Oh.
What's that?
Got an offer on a
Got
mug,
an offer,
which
right.
I will take. I don't know if it's one of you, but I'm going to take it.
What have you got an offer on?
On a mug.
Let's have a look. Oh.
Here's this one. It's been on a while.
So it's on at 15. What's the offer coming
Offer is $12.99.
$12.99.
So going to accept that.
Yes. Excellent, Kelly. Yeah, go and have a look. Up there with Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, well, they're still going strong.
My mum still loves Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas in our house, we did all of the kind of cheesy traditions. We'd have those sticky dates with a weird prong thing.
Yeah, and then a box of what do you call it? Turkish Delight.
Turkish Delight, yeah, with the icing sugar on it. My mum would eat virtually all of that. That's why she bought it, because none of us others were really into it. So she'd eat the whole kind of slab.
Yeah, and
nuts.
And nuts that you had to crack yourself, and nugget. My great nan used to always love nugget, so we used to get a slab of nugget.
Toffee with a tiny little hammer.
Oh, I didn't get that. But yeah, ice magic. Oh, I loved that. Yeah.
That's the one where you squirt it on
and it sets.
Goes hard. Yeah. In a little pyramid. Didn't we have this conversation once before? In a little pyramid where the lid was the icing in a kind of squidgy shape.
I can still feel it. Loved it.
You could get chocolate and strawberry and yeah.
Loved that. I was telling Nick that I used to have ice cream and cream, and if you had the cream that you pour and you have freezing cold ice cream, pour a bit of cream on it, and then it sets hard. So then you put your spoon in it. It's a bit like ice magic, but with cream. Oh, that was so good.
That's a heart attack in a bowl.
Very unhealthy, but I was little.
You wouldn't be little for very long if you ate lots of that.
Well, I ate enough of it. It's usually Sunday lunchtime treat after the roast.
Super Mouse? Oh, Super Moose. Super Mouse. Super Moose was a yearly treat. I don't remember Super Moose.
No. Angel Delight.
Angel Delight, we had quite a lot, yeah. Jam, roly-poly and custard. How have we got onto a chat about
that? Just reminds
desserts?
Me of, what's his name? Harry Redknapp. Jam, roly-poly and custard. Because he went on and on about it.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? What Christmas? Oh, it's because I showed you the Christmas game. That's how we got onto this. Right, back to sharing.
Bread and butter pudding. Yes.
Bread and butter pudding is my favourite pudding of all time.
Oh, you can't beat my nan's.
Can't beat my nan's. No, well,
bread and butter pudding.
Don't even.
I reckon I could still make that with not with butter, obviously, margarine, and with like some oat milk or something. I reckon I could still do that.
We might have to try. Right, so going back to Tat, that's what we were doing. I also picked up some of these. You can tell some of the age here by the two shillings, is that?
Wow, yeah.
Maybe. Railway magazines. It's a little consecutive run. So we have, what numbers do we have here?
Oh, it's Emma. Thank you, Emma. Emma says, I paid for the mug. You accepted the offer on now. So thanks again. I have also emailed you about the bobbly glasses. So it'd be great if you could post all together. Yeah. Okay. I'll have a look at that after the stream.
Thank you so much. That's
fabulous.
Awesome. So yeah, so a little run from 579. What date are these?
Kiwi says, I stumbled into your channel and recognise you guys from Replay and Hitchin many, many years ago. Indeed.
That's us.
It is us.
For those that don't know what Kiwi is talking about, that was the name of our
record shop.
It was a gaming store, but we also did DVDs and CDs, and we ran that for, what was it, near about 8.5 years.
In 2 different units.
Happy times.
Yeah, they were good times.
So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, look, the date is on here, 1949, and it's a run of 579, 580, 581, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive ones. I think she charged me £1 for the lot. And yeah, they'll do okay.
Have you ever had gypsy tart?
Have I had a gypsy tart? Are you? Come on now.
Have you ever had that to eat? I'm just digging a hole now.
No, is the answer to that one, Shelley.
Sugar overload, apparently, Damien says.
I don't think I've tried a gypsy tart. Excuse me. Right, we're running thin on Tat to share. Let's eke it out.
Okay.
Oh, I grabbed one of these because it was jumble sale prices.
Pastry base with a brown sugar based filling. Ooh. It does, yeah. It sounds very, very sweet. Fauna says it's made with evaporated milk.
Oh, see.
Yeah, condensed milk and sugar in a pastry case. Freaking awesome. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Calorific. Yeah, one of these little Trivial Pursuit wedges. For a while, I was picking these up when they were 20p, 50p, and making a whole ring of them. And that kind of really bumped up the value with these. I was doing quite well with them. They do sell individually, but it's hardly worth mucking about with. That's the Harry Potter one, obviously, and hardly worth messing about with. But there wasn't a lot there for me, so I grabbed it, along with...
How much for private sales of the power banks?
£10 we were doing those direct.
Yeah.
I think they are on eBay now at $12.99.
Neil's in. Sunday night already? Where did the weekend go?
I know, we're messing with your minds right now. Now we're doing a quick haul because we're going out sourcing again tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
Yes.
So we thought we'd get all of this out of the way.
Yeah, we were going to sit down and record a haul, weren't we? But then we thought we'd just go live.
We just didn't stop. So classic reseller stuff, boppets, right? It's funny because people take the mickey out of these, but they do sell really well. I used to do well on Amazon with these. I remember sending up a pink one and getting like crazy money, like 40 odd pounds or more for the pink one. Anyway, so yeah, Boppet XT. Is it?
Solo.
Right.
High score 11. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Spin it. Flick it. Spin it.
Now, I've never had Yorkshire pudding and jam, but that does actually sound really nice.
Score 5.
Yorkshire pudding and jam?
What time is it here? It is 42 minutes past 6.
Yes. So there was one
I'm
of...
going to sleep.
He's going to sleep. Good.
And yes, Sunday night always starts at 8 o'clock. We're always live at 8 o'clock on a Sunday.
And this one, have you seen this one? This is actually fun. This is the Tetris one. You've got...
There's no batteries.
No battery. Oh, well, no, there's batteries in it. I bet they're all crusty. Yeah, you get different shapes up here, and then you have to drop them down and complete lines like Tetris. Not a lot in it. I may bundle these together. And then this one, Hyper Toss.
Yeah, you're right, Neil. Yorkshire pudding is basically roasted pancake, isn't it? Yeah.
If you say so. Now, this one doesn't have any batteries in, but from what I gather, the idea is you do this, and you must have to follow the lights with your ball, right? I've never, but this is
breakables on the table.
This is right up my alley, though. I would obsess over this until I mastered it, right? I've no idea if there's any value. It's the sort of thing I bundle up with a couple of boppets.
We'll have to have a play when we put batteries in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a switch in each cup, so it knows when you've done it. Oh, yeah, not very good at that. And apart from a couple of little things down here, what are these? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think these might be keepers, to be honest. But there was a set of 4 different Christmas napkins, and they're really cute. Different designs on each. So, put those.
Are they branded things?
Going to be thrilled with my Christmas napkins now.
Well, not really my thing, but I can appreciate these. Yeah. They are insanely cute.
They are.
Look at that.
I'm thinking I might keep them and use them at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like them.
No, you like your Christmassy things.
I do.
Who was saying never seen a boppet in action?
Yeah, I think that was Kelly.
You've not lived. They are horrifically addictive. The one that I got really into is one that it's more like this. It's a white thing. Well, it does come in black, and it has a row of lines, and you have to bop it when the light gets to the middle point. And it's Bop It Smash, I think it's called. And I bought and sold them so many times, but that is the best of the lot. Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
and
no,
this,
I've not played it.
It's like a strobe. Like, do you remember Knight Rider? The front of the car goes like that. So you get this row of lights, and you have to whack it when it's in the middle, and it gets faster and faster. And then it does sneaky things, like it changes the rhythm, and you have to compensate. Oh, honestly, if you see one of the Bop It Smashes, have a go. And then don't blame me if you get addictive.
Pretty cold by now. We're 46 minutes into the stream. My coffee's gone cold.
A little bit lukewarm. That's it. That is the extent of our haul from these jumbles. They weren't amazing, were they? They were fun.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ellen got a couple of bits as well. So.
What was Ellen buying? Clothes?
She bought fake eyelashes. Still new in its box.
Yeah. Are we allowed to talk about what Ellen's been doing?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her that.
I'll ask her. I would love to be able to share something Ellen is doing and being incredibly good at. But, I don't want to share things on her behalf, so I'll have to ask. Right, let's just dip in the chat for a bit now, because we've...
Shirley says, open Gary. Should I open Gary? I think I will.
Open Gary. We're going to crack open a Barlow.
Oh, nearly smashed it. Didn't I?
Oh, they're thin glasses as well. It's a good job you didn't break
it
them.
over and it didn't actually smash.
We don't have small wine glasses in this house. You can get half a bottle in there.
Cracking open the Barlow.
Has anyone had Barlow wine?
Oh, Ellen's saying, am I free to FaceTime? I better not get too merry on the Barlow.
Oh, you've gone easy because we've got guests in.
Got to make it last.
Let's dip in here. Oh, what's this? This doesn't sound good. I've just had a return request for an item, dash cam, sold for £170 on the 26th of December, delivered 30th. My returns policy is 30 days, but because I didn't upload tracking number to eBay accepted return. Oh, that's frustrating. So they auto accepted. That sucks. A big sale as well.
Cheers, everyone.
Neil's been on the cheese this afternoon. You'll be dreaming weird stuff tonight. Steve, was I one of the people who confused you by ordering on eBay and Instagram? Probably, yeah. It was funny because we were working through private orders and then going through eBay and then, yeah, sometimes things had already gone and then there was another item come through that we didn't add to it. And sometimes we caught it just in time. And yeah, it was a bit of a chaotic day yesterday, wasn't it? To say the least, and the day before.
Yeah. Well, this whole week's been a bit chaotic, isn't it? In a good way, but...
Is this live in lieu of Sunday? No, we will.
No, we will go live on Sunday.
We'll be here again. We're just sharing this little mini haul so we can clear some space.
The following Sunday, although we said we were going to do an auction, we do actually have family here that weekend. So we might not be doing the auction on that Sunday.
We'll see. I mean, we could try and fit it in. I don't know.
I don't know. It seems a bit weird for them to be in the other room or in here watching us doing this.
My sister...
I'd rather be spending the time with them.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We're very aware we've been promising an auction for like 2 or 3 months and not done it. But my youngest sister, Katie, is coming all the way up from Worthing with her husband and 2 daughters to stay here for the weekend. So yeah, you're right. It might be a bit odd to be sat here running a live auction with them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so we might have to push it back. And even though I've been trying really hard to implement the second Sunday auction because it sounds good, might end up having to be the third Sunday. Will says, I hate my job. All I do is crush cans all day. It's just so depressing.
Oh dear. Will you take the crown for worst joke of the evening? I quite like it though. I do like dad jokes.
This is actually quite nice, I have to say.
Yeah, but you say that about any wine.
Well, no, I'm not offended by
joking.
it. It's fruity and smooth.
Bit-
Perhaps a bit like Gary.
Bit like Gary. I knew you were going to say that. Can I try it?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll pretend I know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, we did look at online like wine tasting things, didn't we? We thought, no, can't sit for 2 hours being totally pretentious about notes and things. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just want to drink it.
it is a fruity one.
Yeah. Well done, Gary.
Okay, right. Let's scroll down here. Yeah, we weren't making it up.
Yeah. It's actually called. Well, it is. I assume I don't know if he's actually had a hand in making it, but squeezed it with his own feet. I've only had a sip.
He'll just be taking some royalties from it. That's probably his only.
Yeah.
He might have tasted a few wines and gone, yeah, that'll do. Make me loads of money.
Yeah, I imagine so.
GaryBarlowWines.com.
Does it taste like Yorkshire tea?
He's got his own
The
website.
staff girl says, I thought you were joking.
Oh, hang on. My definition of a great evening includes friends, laughter, and sharing a good wine.
Yeah, me too. So who's popping round?
I've been this lot. I've been fortunate to travel the world, experiencing different cultures and developing a passion for fine varieties of wine along the way. Sustainability is important to me. So I'm delighted that my debut wines are 100% organic. Well, I hope you're paying your tax on it, Gary, because we know what those members that take that are like.
He's been in trouble with that before, hasn't he?
With their tax affairs.
Monkey Thrifter says, drinking with Andrea is not on tonight, so have drinking with Nick and Andrea.
Is he not doing it? Oh, okay.
Susie Gravy says, I don't know how she knows this, you were burning the midnight oil last night.
Well,
burning the midnight oil.
You said
1 o'clock oil.
You said I was up late. That's how she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my tea's a bit cold now. I'm not sure we can replace drinking with Andrew because we're going to have to cook and eat some dinner shortly. Yeah. But we'll stick around for a little bit.
It's true. I can't deny it.
But does it have a snazzy bouquet? Does it have a snazzy bouquet?
Yeah. So Kelly, I'm guessing you're in the US, says supposedly eBay is going to try doing the auctions like Whatnot. Guess they realized they messed up when they stopped all auctions only.
Yeah. Well, they still have auctions on eBay, though, don't they?
Well, they have here.
Well, we're supposed to be.
So Whatnot is launching in the UK soon, which is good. So we've signed up for it.
Have we heard anything back?
Haven't heard anything back yet.
We're hoping to be one of the first to try out Whatnot, and we'll be able to share that with you.
So hopefully eBay UK will think about it as well, because good to have all the avenues. Also, for clothing resellers, did you know that Poshmark is launching in the UK very soon? Had an email about it the other day, but I don't sell clothes anymore. So
well, we do have some vintage now, so we could try Poshmark out.
But I don't think I want to sell them on Poshmark.
No, okay.
They'll go on Etsy.
Jason says, out of your big haul you have listed so far, yeah, because the plan was, it wasn't even a big challenge, was to get all that listed this week. I just haven't stopped packaging. Again, good problem to have. So not all of it is listed. Out of the big haul, of the items you have sold, what has been the best seller?
The watercolor sets, I think.
Either the watercolor
The
sets,
lint removers.
possibly the lint removers. We sold 50, no, more than 50 now on eBay alone, and maybe another 20 privately.
The multi-openers have been good as well.
Multi-openers we've probably done 50 of. Yeah, probably those two actually, because although the brush pen sets, which is a lovely item actually, I think maybe we've done 30 of them or something like that. But yeah, it's funny. I was chatting to a few people earlier. We knew we would get some viewer sales from this, but nothing on this level. It's totally blown our minds. Yeah, it's been a crazy few days.
How do you tell if a rose is a dog rose? By its bark. Boom, boom. Oh, Wayne says there's an echo on the stream.
What now?
I thought that was just with our microphone. We've unplugged that now.
Let me and come back.
Don't know if that will have done the trick. I don't know what's going on with it.
To be honest, I'm waiting for Harry to bring out a wine.
Even Ellen would buy that.
What, Prince Harry are we talking?
Oh, I was thinking Harry Styles.
I think that-
Immediately my mind went to Harry Styles.
Well, I think that's what Shirley's. I was
Yeah.
joking. I don't think anyone's going to buy a Prince Harry wine right now.
They might. He's got a lot of fans.
Is he?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a really good thing to come up with, to mention. I'm doing a live stream on the Thrift Map channel soon to update where we're at, to take questions and talk about progress. There is a Facebook group. If you search Thrift Map within Facebook, you should be able to find it, and you can keep up to date in there. You don't know what it is. Basically, the objective is to create an app where anyone can find places that are selling secondhand goods. So it would be yard sales, jumble sales, charity shops and boot sales. The permanent locations such as charity shops and boot sales will be pinned all over the UK with all of their contact information, addresses, all on an interactive map of the UK. And then yard sale events and things, you can create, you can join one if there's one in your area and add your stall. And then if you're just going to an event, you can use the map to find your way around it. It's been well over a year in the making so far. And we have a full working version, but we are just ironing out a few bugs, making a few things work better, and then we are going to go through the process of launching onto the Google Play Store. Then we're going to roll out the Apple version as soon as we can after that. I hope that helped. But yeah, join our live stream. If you search Thrift Map here on YouTube, you should find the channel as well. There's a video on there where I talk about it in depth. And we're going to do another one hopefully next week. And I'm going to try and get our business partner and developer on so he can answer some of the technical questions for you. Yeah, as if I'm not busy enough, I've been developing an app for about a year and maybe a year and a half now, actually.
I like to keep busy. Kiwi says, eBay is so useless. I tried to look up lighters and all they had were 13,749 matches.
An eBay joke?
That was a good one.
I like
Jason
that.
says UB40 should do a red wine range.
How have they missed that trick?
Oh, Andrew's at a gig tonight. Oh, well, we'll forgive him.
Oh, is he? Okay, well, we're doing a tiny bit of a drinking with Andrew. Yeah, UB40 should, and they could just call it red wine.
But then, yeah, but it's not, they're split now, aren't they? There's UB40, and then there's the real UB40 that can't call themselves UB40 anymore.
We've seen a version of UB40.
One of the UB40s is going to be at Rewind, but I'm not quite sure which one. I'm guessing
The one with
I'm
Ali?
guessing it's the one without Ali.
One without Ali.
Because the one with Ali, they generally say Ali Campbell and whoever, but it's just UB40. So I don't know.
But yeah, I think that's a missed opportunity.
Oh, Susie's order was dispatched at 12:41 in the morning.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was packaging late and marking as dispatched as I went. Yeah.
Oh, we do have Etsy. Yeah. I sell on Etsy.
Yeah, we do quite well on Etsy, and yeah, friends of ours do. Stephen does incredibly well on Etsy. It is popular over here, although a lot of our stuff goes abroad.
It took a long while to grow, to be honest,
Mm.
but it's getting there. The Scale Studio says, "Can't believe Gary Barlow launched his own range of wine and didn't call it Great That."
What? It's just called it Gary Barlow, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Gary Barlow Organic. Well, it worked on you. You saw it and bought one instantly.
Well, that's because it was on offer. So I
Ah.
thought, well, I might as well try it, you know. Small question for you. Can an RA item be sold as brand new if it doesn't come with its packaging? I would say not, but probably
New other.
Yeah, new other.
I think there's an option. It's either like new or new other. I can't remember what you select. And then put in the description, this is brand new, but if it should have a box or some outer packaging, you would need to declare that. So you would need to do, like new or new other, whatever it is. And then you can just put it, this is brand new and unused, but doesn't have packaging, and put that again in the main description. You'll be fine.
Yeah. People are saying that the audio is fine, so that's good.
Okay, cool.
Can Johnny Depp bring out some wine? Do you know, if he did, I would buy that.
Mega pint, right? Can you imagine that? Johnny Depp's mega pint. He should have done that.
In magnums. All Harry does is wine.
Harry does. Or Johnny could bring out a vodka and call it the thumb severer. No, the finger splitter.
Thrift map. Hopefully, next, because we're a bit behind. Hopefully, your explanation will answer that.
You didn't hear my slightly bad taste that he should bring out a vodka, call it the finger splitter.
Oh, that's very bad taste. Oh, ka-ching.
We're ka-chinging. It has slowed down.
I've been blocked by Gary Barlow. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I thought you were serious then.
Whatever I said, I didn't mean it.
Hi, Simply Jackson, Michael Jackson Tribute says, why don't you implicate a buy it now button where people can pay for the item before they turn up, like a mini eBay system shop from home in car boots? Do you understand that?
I don't really understand that. It sounds amazing, but I'm not really sure where we would be implementing that.
I don't know. I mean, sometime down the line, we might put some kind of thing on the app where you can.
Oh, we're talking about the app.
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Right. The app
the
app is not a place to go and buy items. It's an app
place to find places where you can thrift,
to share locations,
and to create jumble trails and
there is scope potentially, should it take off and should we be able to fund more development, that we could make it a place where you could list items for sale. But that is a huge step, and would take it would have to be successful to a point for us to be able to fund that level of development
that we would like.
Ideally,
in an ideal world,
we could see it going, evolving potentially into a local person-to-person selling. So as well as pinning a charity shop, pinning a yard sale event, you could pin your house with X for sale. But then you have to get into the communicating between users, and it gets very complicated very quickly. But it is all doable, but it's very much a case of one thing at a time. We've already taken on too much. We should have launched ages ago with a basic version and then kept adding. We've gone way too big too soon. But that's part of the learning curve. I've never developed a tech product. We're totally new to this. Our business partner as well has done many projects, but nothing on this scale. So we've learned. If we could go back, we'd do it very differently, and it would be out months and months ago. There you go.
Thank you, Damien. Yes, this is the YouTube channel for Thrift Map. Thank you, Axel. That's a lovely comment. Does it include Northern Ireland?
Yes. It actually includes the entire world. But we have only been actively researching and pinning boot sales on charity shops in the UK, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. We even have charities pinned on the Shetland Islands, and the Isle of Wight and the Isle of Man
Orkneys.
and Orkneys, possibly. Yeah, I think so. Now I remember seeing those appearing when we were feeding all the data in, and I found that incredibly satisfying to scroll all the way up to the islands at the top of Scotland, and there were our pins with charities. Yeah.
Kelly says, "Good for you, Nick. Best wishes. Amazing. We're seeing you before to this year. Yes, we need red wine to drink for sure."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was red wine that really got me rather merry the night Human League played. I was a little bit merry on red wine that night.
Yeah.
I say a little bit.
We had to, Shelley had to push you into the tent.
Was that night?
I think it might have been.
Oh.
Mark, no, I probably wouldn't guess the year. Maybe the decade, if you felt sure it was of a certain decade. I would just put vintage.
Yeah. You run the risk of selling something that it isn't. You could put in your main description, I'm not sure, I'm not an expert, but I would estimate this is 1970s or whatever you might be thinking. But be sure to cover yourself and say, it's not dated, I'm not sure, please do your own research. Some sentence like that to cover yourself, so they're not going to say this isn't what you said it was sometime down the line.
Yeah. Will says, the UB40 without Ali are awful. Get your money back if you can. Well, it's a festival, so they're not headlining, thank goodness. So we'll either go back for a nap or we'll have had so much red wine, we won't care.
It won't really matter. Yeah, that's the beauty of festivals is if someone comes on and you're not that bothered or they're not that great, you just go to the bar or you go back to the tent.
Yeah, Michelle, definitely. It should be called Wino Forever.
Wino Forever. Oh, because of the Winona tattoo. Jonathan says it didn't come with a box when new. In that case, if it is still brand new, yes, I think you can list it as new. If it never came with packaging originally, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as it looks brand new,
and
it hasn't been used at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you should be okay with that.
Yeah.
Tim Vine should produce a wine. Oh, we're on it tonight.
Oh, that's like a Barber Llama, isn't it?
Tim Vine produces a wine, yeah. Right, how are we doing? Oh dear, no. Oh, James.
Ooh.
Right. Do you never think about selling on eBay or your other outlets for others? There used to be shops that did it and took commission. Selling on commission, it works, but you have to be, it's a lot of work for sometimes a small amount of commission. It depends what percentage you're taking, right? And then on the lower value items, it just doesn't make sense.
No, we did have a haul that we could have offered commission on, but we decided against it. So it's just easier to pay out for it and list it.
Well, the haul,
the leisure kind of thing.
the vintage haul we shared last week. The discussion was that they wanted us to sell it on commission, and once we'd valued it, we said to them there just isn't enough value here for that to make sense.
Yeah, for our time as well.
And it does get complicated with tax and record keeping. And sometimes we list stuff and it might be listed for 6 months. We've had stuff listed for over a year and not sold. So keeping track of that and drip feeding the money back to them, it's a headache. So we said, we're just going to offer you a price on it. And that was the agreement we came up with. It's clean, it's easy. We've given them the lump sum. We own everything. We can deal with it at our leisure. So we don't tend to do commission sales. We have done, but we find it a headache, to be perfectly honest. So on the app, would I be able to see what that person has for sale on their store before my house, or do I have to travel to get there to find out. Okay, we did think about allowing people to list what they have for sale. It may be something we do in the future. But here's the problem with that. If we release that information ahead of time and the pin information is available ahead of time, people may get pestered. If somebody says, I've got a vinyl collection I'm going to be selling on my doorstep in a week's time, and if their location is public, people will be banging on the door. I know what dealers are like. I'm being a dealer myself. I don't do that, but I know people would. So there's whether we release that information at the moment the sale starts, possibly in the future, yes, but it is a whole extra layer of complex things that have to go on to make that work. So we've taken out, we had this problem called feature creep where we kept adding in, wouldn't it be great if we did this? And we were never going to get it finished. So ideas like that, we've just shelved, and we will take feedback and we will get, everyone's opinions on what they would really like this thing to do, and then slowly implement stuff once it's out. That's how we've got to do this.
Yeah.
So we're not really sure whether that would be a good idea or not yet.
Yes, definitely whales. We have.
Oh,
We have
yes.
pinned whales.
Right.
So David's saying everybody has access to the eBay app now, like internet cafes. Those shops were prevalent, where far fewer people had internet access. Most probably not a demand for that sort of shop in 2023.
Right. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the shops that would sell stuff on your behalf. I've only ever seen one or two of those. And you're right. Now we've all got the eBay app here, and it's relatively simple to sell it yourself. You might as well sell it yourself and take 100% of the profit, right? Yeah.
Aiming you into your sleeping bag was a pleasure.
Yeah, as you may imagine, I don't really remember.
Unzip the door, unzip the door.
Did you kick me up the bum and fly?
No, that was all Shelley.
Oh, was it? Just shove me from behind.
I was unzipping the door. It all happened very quickly. 1 minute you're chatting away and you're all like, lively and a bit drunk, but very chatty. And the next minute you're like, whoa. We're like, okay, you're going. Off you go.
That was a good night. That was a very good night.
Have a little patience. You'll be 40, will be okay. Resellers will be able to choose their UK holiday destination from the density of charity shops, jumble trails and boot sales. That's very true.
Well, exactly. One of the cool things, and I think I shared this on the first live stream I did over on the Thrift Map channel, when we were collating all of this data, and it's 8,000 charities we've got, or 7,000? Anyway, loads, pinning them all and getting all that data, super accurate. I found, when we were back in Hitchin, I found charities within 5 miles of our house I didn't know existed in Stevenage. There were ones in, the out of town little centre shopping parades. There's charity shops in them, and you don't naturally go there. And if it's not your local town, you don't know. And even if it is, sometimes you don't know they're there. So that's what it's, one of the things it's super useful for. We can find the town centre ones relatively easy. It's the outlying ones and the ones tucked away around the back of the side streets in the town centres. And they tend to be the good ones. This is the thing. The ones that can't afford the high street rents, they're the good ones.
Are better, unfortunately, no diamond items found in the vintage hall. Oh, Ben, hello. Hey guys, sorry if I haven't been in a long time. We're going through a lot of family, a breakup. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm losing a house, but I'm finally trying to get back on my feet again. I'm so sorry you've been through all that, Ben.
Wow, that sounds a hell of a lot to be dealing with. Yeah, totally understand. Good to see you again. Yeah, chin up, you'll get through it.
I hope things are on the up now a little bit.
Yeah, that is a lot to deal with, but yeah, hope you're okay. Oh, someone mentioned Brahm up there. was really nice to catch up with John in person at the meetup, have a good chat with him at Hitchin. And then you may have seen we had some record players in the hall. I sold all of those to John, did him a heavy discount. So he's got a big chunk of profit still to make. So yeah, all of those have gone up to Brum. So you'll probably see them in a video soon.
Would you guys be able to sell the program and algorithm as this could work in the tribute act scene for customers to see what tribute acts are on and where? Yeah.
Okay, now we have thought of a lot of different uses for the technology we have now designed. That is a fantastic idea, but again, it's all about focus. And we need to get this out and probably work on this for the next year at least to get this right and to get this launched and to get it working. And then, yes, 100%, we will use the technology and hopefully produce more interactive map-based apps where you can pin gigs, for example, that are happening. It could be as niche as that, tribute acts across the UK, and it could be the tribute act map or whatever. Yes, there's huge scope. It all comes down to time and money, as most things do.
We want the honey holes. We all do, don't we?
Love a honey hole. Yeah.
I remember years ago when Cheryl Pound Girl went live and called it what I found at the honey hole, or I went to my honey hole or something. And she was live and she got quite a lot of very unsavory characters watching because of the title. It always makes me laugh when I hear someone calling them honey holes. Yeah.
What's Neil said there? Out of town shopping parades. Yes. And new build estates. Exactly. Yeah. It's like near us, Neil, you'll probably know, in the Fairfield one, they put a little, was it a cancer research up there? Or a garden house? And that's in that little Fairfield estate. You wouldn't think there'd be a charity shop there. There's a little Tesco's and then a charity shop. Do you remember that one? I think it's still there. Yeah. But those are the ones, the outlying ones that unless you know the area, you won't know it's there. And although Google has a lot of this information on it, it's very lacking. And very often they're pinned so wrong. The pins are way off and it sends you to the wrong place.
This is very true, Fauna.
Andrea, as a honey badger, you need a honey holes.
She's great.
Honey hole. Yes, Andrea is a honey badger. And I don't know where I'm going with that.
Moving on to Ian. How are you going to maintain and keep all the data accurate and up to date for charity shops, boot sales, etc.?
It is a fantastic question. It is going to be a community-led app. All of the pins data is editable by its users. So if you spot something that's wrong or the charity themselves changes their opening times, for example, they can go in, send through an edit. That will come through to us and other moderators we will have. And we will have to either ring the charity shop and confirm or just check it on Google. Because the thing is, Google isn't accurate all the time. No. So likelihood is we'll just quickly fire off an email or give them a quick call and say this, and then we click a button and it confirms and updates it. That's what we've come up with. We don't know how much work that will be, whether that's even feasible to manage, but I think it will be. Because you think about it, initially, there'll be lots of data that's inaccurate and loads of change requests. And we'll have to be really on it and invest a lot of time in it. And that's fine. We're prepared to do that. Longer term, there'll be less and less change requests coming through. And it should just be, because here's the other thing. So a moderator has a slightly different version of the app with a different tab in the feed, so we can just click on that and we see the change data requests coming through, and we can do it on the app. We click on it, we look at it, we verify it, we click a button and it goes through. So it's not a lot of work, it's just having that headspace and time. But yeah, it's one of those things. We don't know how it's going to turn out and what it's going to be, but we're brave enough or foolish enough to try it. Okay. There's a few similar. Biggleswade, Sandy Way too. Yeah. little hidden charities.
Michael Moore at the bottom there says, what are you expecting the cost will be to subscribers? If you're talking about the app, it's free.
100% free.
Yeah.
So how does it make us any money? How does it cover our costs? Initially, we probably won't implement a revenue stream from it. We will get onto that once we get it up and running. But the obvious ones and the ones you'll have seen if you use apps are adverts. So you might get pop-ups. We may have certain features that are hidden that you can pay to open. We may have a monthly pop-up that says, if you found this app useful and you want to help us keep it going, make a donation. We could try all of those or a mixture of the above. We don't know. It is not our focus. Our focus is getting it launched and getting it helpful and usable and get a user base on it. And then we can think about that. But if we were really focused on making money out of it, I think we'd just get so distracted with all of that. And that if we make it successful, the money will come in time. We would hope. Right, how long have we been on?
Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. So probably ought to wrap it up in a minute. Just reading this. I remember a long time ago you were asked, hang on, it's jumped, how to get around buying in boot sales and jumble sales and not getting a receipt for tax and bookkeeping purposes. Is there any change in this nowadays? We haven't changed how we do it.
Not really.
Exactly the same. So
a few people who use QuickBooks and those similar apps, what they would tend to do will be to log that purchase, take a picture of the pile of stuff in the back of the car, if you like, or on the table, and then write in all your details and use that as a cash record. We tend to keep a logbook. So when we come back from a jumble sale, for example, all of this, we'll write it down, the date, where we were, the total, and we keep that as a logbook. Now, the taxman appreciates we have to source our stock somewhere. We don't get it for free, but there isn't really a way that satisfies it properly, but they do understand.
Yeah, and moving forward, because everything's going digital, that might be the best way forward, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is taking a picture and adding it to whatever digital bookkeeping you're using.
Here's the thing, it's a grey area and it's not going to go away. There is no solution for technically how the taxman wants a written record of everything you buy, but that's the best solution that you can have, really. I saw something interesting.
When you need to visit all the honey holes. Yes, definitely.
What was Kay saying there? We have an Oxfam near us that closed over 3 years ago. No shop has taken it over, but Google still shows it as a shop. Yeah.
Well, you went through and literally repinned everything, didn't you? Because a lot of the Google pins are all over the place. They're like pinned on houses over the road, you know.
Well, down the street and round the corner.
Yeah.
It's a problem. It's not so bad with charities, actually, and Google does have a lot of information, but a lot of the smaller chains aren't on there. You know, all your cancer researchers, for example, they will go to the effort of making sure they're on Google, but it's the smaller chains, the one-off ones and that sort of stuff that very often aren't on there, and their data is either missing or inaccurate. But the problem, a bigger problem really, is boot sale, up-to-date, accurate boot sale information. If you search online, you can find 3 different sources. They might have a website, a Facebook page, and something else, and they'll have different opening times on all 3. They'll have different entrance costs on all 3, different season start and endings, and it's like, so what we would like over time is to get that information accurate on there. And because the event organizers will be able to go in and edit it themselves, hopefully that will be maintained. And we have a phone number for virtually all of the boot sales that we currently have, so we can periodically just check, just give them a call and check.
James says, I have a piece of hardware in development that could be made compatible with such an app.
Piece of hardware
says, interesting, it could be made compatible with accounting software too. Scale Studio says, if any issues with non-mainstream charity shops near Durham, I can help with that. Michael Moore says, just to let you know, you've encouraged me to start selling on eBay again.
Good. give it a go.
Okay, I think we should probably wrap that up.
Yeah, so I haven't come up with a day yet. I'm thinking next week at some point we will be live, or I will be live, hopefully with our business partner on the Thrift Map channel. I don't think it's linked below, but you should be able to just search it. Actually, it should be below. I think the Thrift Map channel is below in the details. So if you have more questions or you want to listen to us talking about it in depth and showing it again, join us for that. And just to quickly touch on that, thank you for all the feedback there. This is going to be a community project, and all of these questions about the data, is it accurate, blah, 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 that's going to rely on people getting involved, right, and supporting it, and finding a charity shop that isn't on there and taking the 2 or 3 minutes it takes to stand outside it and just add it while you're there, and that sort of stuff. That's the dream with this, that all of us together help keep this an accurate resource, and then it's useful for everybody. That's the dream. Call me an old hippie, but that's the dream.
Yeah, and C. Blaney says it's a great idea, the app, as I've spent hours in the past trying to locate charity shops in places I'm visiting on holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tina says, would you want Channel Islands added to the map?
Well, they'll already be on it. I don't know if we have any pinned. That's a really good question. The whole of the world is within the map. We're using Google Maps technology. So the Channel Islands are in there. Whether there's any pins on it
I'm not sure.
is a good question. But you could right now, well, you can't because you don't have it in your phone, but I could right now add one in the Channel Islands. I assume they have charity shops over there.
I assume so, yeah.
I'll check that tonight, see if we've got any down there. I would love to go visit. That's something we want to do.
Tina says we have loads of shops.
There we go. Well, if we don't, when we launch, Tina, there's a fantastic job for you. Just pin the ones you know of in the Channel Islands. Right, okay, we're going to let you get on with your Friday evenings.
Have a good Friday night. I'm going to...
You're going to go and finish off Gary? Oh, no.
Might cook some dinner first.
Yeah, at least cook him dinner before. Oh, dear. Thank you so much for joining us in this impromptu stream. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back on Sunday anyway. So, yeah, we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Right.
On the actual Sunday.
We're going to go old school, and you can leave us with words of wisdom. We won't take it from the chat. What you got?
Oh, blimey. That puts me on the spot, doesn't it?
Just first thing comes in your head?
Keep calm and drink some Gary Barlow.
Oh. All right. See you later. Bye.